Hi, good morning, everyone. Today again is our lesson for our maritime English, no? So I'm your teacher again for today, Teacher Shelly, for our 61st day one of our um, Introduction to Maritime Safety Bulletins. Okay, so in a while, we will discuss all about the part 1, which is the reading and understanding simple safety bulletins and the safety procedures and regulations. So, let's continue with our part 1 introduction. All right. And the lesson uh, content or the agenda will be all about the introduction to maritime safety communication. And also, we'll have the types of safety bulletins. No? What are those? And we have the basic safety vocabulary words to use relating to safety bulletins, and then the structure, and then the reading simple safety bulletins, and of course the last part is our question and answer. So now the introduction to maritime safety communication is all about, first is our objectives. Okay, so we have to define the safety bulletins. Okay, what are those? And also, we have to understand the maritime safety communication. How are we going to communicate? Okay, and then identify the important safety terms. All right, that's one of our objectives also. And of course, how we are going to read a simple safety notices correctly. All right? So, that is our main objective. Why we discuss about maritime safety bulletins. Okay? Now, why is this important in or during or in our maritime communication, especially at sea? Why it is essential? Okay, for number one, of course, preventing accidents. Of course, we have to be safe on board. We have to be safe at all times. Okay? That's one reason. Another is ensuring the safety of the crew and the ship, of course. Alright? And then we have to share the important safety information to other crew members. And also, this is also important in coordinating shipboard operations. Right? So, a clear communication basically reduces misunderstanding. Right? Over and over, I always mention that clear maritime communication reduces misunderstanding, especially for the safety at sea. Okay? So, now, what are safety bulletins? Okay. These safety bulletins are official notices, okay, containing safety information. Okay, by the word itself, safety. So of course, it contains safety informations. And the crew, okay, must be informed about hazards. Okay? And then, the crew must be informed about their safety procedures. And another, the new regulations. And, of course, the accident prevention measures. So, these safety bulletins are usually posted on notice boards or in the safety boards of the vessel. Okay? It should be posted. Okay. Now, why we do that? Or what is the main purpose of these safety bulletins? Isn't it, I mentioned, for the safety of the crew and the ship? Okay. So, one purpose is to warn the crew about dangers. So still, the bottom line is safety at sea. Okay? Another, to prevent accidents. Of course, still related to safety. And then another purpose of safety bulletins is to promote safe working practices. Okay? Again, safe working practices. And the last might be improve awareness on board. So still, the bottom line is safety on board. So, all these are important part of ship safety management. Okay? So that's the basic purpose of safety bulletins. All right. Now, so if there's a safety bulletins, there must be someone or an organization who issues that. Okay? One is the IMO, the International Maritime Organizations. Okay? Also, the maritime authorities. And another are the safety officers. And also, the ship captain. And the ship management. So, all of them are the one who issues safety bulletins. And remember, they must be read and followed by all crew members. Okay? It is a must that all crew members must follow. Okay? Another. Okay. Of course, when we have these safety bulletins, we have to know where they are posted. So, commonly, it is in the crew mess hall. Okay? It is in the crew mess hall or crew mess. Another in the bridge. Okay? And then another in the engine control room. And we have billboards. Notice billboards or notice boards. Okay? And we have in our workplaces on board. Okay? So that the crew members are expected that they can read this regularly if it is properly posted in the common area like crew mess hall, the bridge, the engine control room, then in your notice boards, no, and in your work areas or working areas. Okay, that is where you can find the safety bulletins. Okay, now, okay, the characteristics of safety bulletins are usually short and clear. Okay, they are written in a simple language and it focuses on safety instructions. And lastly, it is easy to understand. Okay? So, They may also, these safety bulletins, they may also include symbols or warning signs. Okay? So, aside from I mentioned, they are posted with symbols like this. Okay? So, there are types of safety bulletins. Alright? There are types. So, one is the safety bulletins, as I mentioned, comes in different types, no? Depending on the information they provide. And also, uh, the safety bulletins are used to inform about the crew hazards, no, the safety procedures, the equipment used, and the emergency instructions. And also, the types of safety bulletins is that it focuses on a specific safety concern on board the ship. Okay, and then there's also another type of safety bulletin is that the way of understanding helps the crew members to work safely, of course, to prevent accidents. Okay, for number one, the hazard warning bulletins. Okay, here in the hazard warning bulletins, okay, it informs the crew members about dangerous conditions or risks on board the ship. Okay? Now, these warning signs help crew members to stay alert. Again, to avoid accidents. Right? So, example for this is the slippery decks. Okay? Slippery decks. Another, dangerous cargo. Another, the high temperature areas. Alright, and then the electrical hazards. So these hazard warnings are usually posted in areas where the danger exists. Okay? Of course, that's the hazard warning bulletins. Okay. Now, another type is the accident prevention bulletins. Okay, accident prevention bulletins. It gives guidelines, all right, and reminders to help avoid accidents on board. So these bulletins encourage a safe working practices. Okay, and an example for that is the proper lifting techniques. Okay, the proper. You wear your safety equipments, the PPEs. Okay, and then you keep away from walkways, okay, that are clear, no, that are clear. There is no slippery or wet portion of the walkways to avoid accidents. And then, example also for this is to report unsafe conditions immediately. Alright? So, this is the other type or the second type of safety bulletins, the accident prevention bulletin. Okay. And then the third type is the safety procedure bulletins. So what are those? What are these, no? It explains now the correct steps or the procedures for doing, okay, the tasks safely. So this one, the safety procedures guide the crew members on how to perform the work properly. Alright? How you are going to handle the cargo, how you are going to operate the machinery, how you are going to enter the confined spaces, and How are you going to work in a limited heights, no? So, this third type is called the safety procedure bulletins. Okay? And then the fourth type is the equipment safety notices. This one. Here, okay, it provides instructions on how safe the use of this ship equipment and also the machineries. Okay? So here they remind the fourth type of equipment safety notices. They remind the crew members to operate the equipment properly and carefully. Okay, like for example, operating instructions. Okay? And then the safety precautions. And then the maintenance reminders. And the warning labels. Okay? So by using equipment correctly, it helps avoid damage and of course injuries. Again, safety at sea is important. Alright, the fifth type. Okay, the fifth type of environmental safety bulletins. Okay, that's the fifth one. So, these environmental safety bulletins, okay, it focuses on protecting the marine environment. Okay? We have here the proper waste disposal. We have the oil spill prevention. We have here the garbage management and handling hazardous materials. So all of these are environmental safety bulletins. Okay? And they inform the crew members about the rules and practices that prevent pollution. Okay? So, as I said, the proper waste disposal. Okay, you have to separate the waste oil, hazardous waste. Okay, it should be separated or disposed properly. And then you have to follow the MARPOL regulations. For the oil spill prevention, of course, you have to inspect the equipment for leakage. And then the garbage management, yes, do not dump garbage overboard. Do not. That's a no-no. No dumping. You have to sort out and segregate the waste. Okay? And then also, of course, the most important is the handling hazardous materials. Okay? So you have to keep our oceans clean. Okay? And then you have to act responsibly. Okay? Because your actions matters a lot. Okay? That is the fifth type, okay, of safety bulletins, the environmental, okay, part. Now, for the sixth type, this is about emergency safety notices. Okay, this emergency safety notices, it gives important information, no, about what to do during emergencies because they help crew members respond quickly and correctly, no, during dangerous situations. Like for example, the fire emergency procedures, right? Abandon ship instructions, okay? The man overboard procedures, and of course the emergency alarm signals. So this one, okay, these notices are important, of course, for saving lives during emergencies. So this should be posted, okay, near the bridge. Alright? It should be posted near the bridge or in some other parts of the vessel. Alright? Because this is all about emergency safety. Okay? Now, another That is the fifth type. So we also have the sixth type is the temporary safety warnings. Okay, this one. Okay. These safety warnings inform the crew members about the short-term or temporary dangers. Okay? So, for example to this is the maintenance work progress. Okay, you have to put that. Okay, and then if there's a slippery or a wet floor or surfaces. Okay, temporary because if you were able to clean this up, you can now remove this one. So that's temporary. And another is the blockage passageways. And if ever there's an equipment that is under repair. So that's only temporary because once it is now fixed, you can remove this one, the temporary warning, or the temporary safety warning signs. Okay? So these warnings are usually posted when only there is a new or a temporary hazard. Okay? And once they are removed, okay, meaning the danger is gone already. That's why it's called temporary safety warnings. Okay, that is our sixth type. Okay, the six types. All right. So, the importance of this safety bulletins, why we have to follow, okay, because this is created, okay, the safety bulletins are created to protect the crew. Not just the crew, but the ship and the environment. Okay? So that crew members, okay, must always read and follow these bulletins carefully. Okay? So ignoring that, of course, can lead to accidents, injuries, equipment damage, and environmental pollution. So, following safety bulletins helps now maintain a safe working environment on board, right? So those are the types of safety bulletins. Now let's go to the basic safety vocabulary words. Okay? Mayday, pan-pan, security, muster, and abandon ship. Okay. So those basic safety vocabulary words are terms commonly used on ships, of course, to discuss maritime safety. Okay? And these vocabulary words help the crew members understand the safety instructions, the warning messages, and the emergency procedures. Okay? So, knowing these maritime safety vocabulary terms is important because a clear understanding helps prevent accidents and keeps everyone safe at sea. Okay? Now, the common safety words are basic terms often used in safety notices and instructions. So these words help the crew members quickly recognize safety information. Okay? These are the example of common words. The safety, the danger, the warning, the caution, emergency, and the hazard. So those are the common safety words used in maritime communication. Okay. With regards to hazard and danger terms, okay, hazard is anything that can use or that can cause harm or danger. Okay? Like slippery decks. This is dangerous. Okay? Another is the heavy equipment. And then fire risks. And when we say dangerous chemicals, it is hazardous. Okay? So understanding hazard terms helps the crew members identify risks, all right? And of course, to avoid accidents. Okay. Now, comparison between warning and caution. When we say warning, it indicates a serious danger that can cause injury, can cause death, or can cause a major damage. And it requires immediate attention. Like for example, there's a high voltage in the electrical room. That's a warning to everyone. There's a hot surface, okay? Warning sign. There's a dangerous cargo. You have to put a warning sign. And a moving machinery. You have to put it in a warning sign. And when you say caution, it indicates a potential risk or minor danger. Okay? But still you have or it requires care and awareness, even if it's only a minor danger. Example, caution, you have to put that in and deck slippery when wet. And you have to put an attention caution if the ceiling is low. Right? Yes, slippery and caution. Okay, when you step up, you have to watch your step. Okay? That is a caution. Alright? Warning, major damage. Caution for minor danger. Okay. So here are several emergency terms. Words that are used during dangerous or urgent situations like the fire alarm, the man overboard, we have abandoned ship, we have mayday, and distress signals. Okay? So these are the common emergency terms. Okay? Or vocabularies. Now, understanding these terms helps crew members respond quickly during emergencies. Okay? You have to understand these terms. Okay. Now, we also have, if we have an emergency terms, we also have equipment safety terms. So this one is related to the use of tools, okay, and machinery on board. So we have PPE, the personal protective equipment. We have safety guard. You have to have a maintenance. And then you have to have an inspection always and the lockout procedure. So these terms are examples to remind the crew members to use the equipment safely. Okay? Different use of tools and machinery on board. Okay. So we also have a safety signs and meanings. Okay? So these safety signs, okay, are symbols used to give a quick safety information like warning signs, we have prohibition signs, we have mandatory signs, and emergency signs. So, through these words or vocabulary terms, it helps the crew members quickly understand safety instructions. Okay? So, how are we going to understand these symbols? Okay. So, these safety symbols are pictures or icons that are present for safety messages. So, these symbols now are useful because they can understood even without reading the text. Okay? So, for example, we can see here fire extinguisher. So, automatically, we can say that there is a fire extinguisher, right? Like, another is the first aid. So, we will now know that there's a first aid kit, okay? And the life jacket, and the no smoking sign. So by merely looking at these symbols or icons, we can easily understand even without reading the long text, right? So that's why it is important that we have to understand the safety symbols. Okay? Okay, all right. So the part 4, which is the structure of safety bulletins, is that a simple structure like the title, the date, the hazard information, and the safety instructions, okay, should be clear. Okay? A clear structure helps communicate important safety information quickly. Okay? So, safety bulletins follow simple structure so that crew members can easily read and understand. Okay? So, when we say bulletin title, okay, it should be, or the title must tell us that the reader, okay, must be directly understand by the crew. Okay? The title must tell us, okay, that the reader what the safety bulletin is all about. Okay? The title. So it helps the crew members quickly understand or identify the topic. Like for example, for the fire safety reminder, no? So another is the slippery deck warning, and then the machinery safety notice, no? So a clear bulletin title, it helps attract the attention of the crew. Okay? Two important safety messages. So, doing or making a bulletin title must be clear. Okay? It must be clear. Okay. So, aside from the title, we have date and who is the issuer or who made the bulletin, the safety bulletin. Okay? Aside from the title, there must be date and who issued the safety bulletin. So, this is important, no? Or maybe the issuer is from the deck department, no? Or from the engine department. Okay? So, it should be included. because this information, okay, shows that if there's a date, you will know when the bulletin was created and who is responsible for the information. Okay, what department? Okay, so common issuers include the captain, the safety officer, or the ship management. Okay, now, hazard description. This one explains the danger or the risk involved. Okay, hazard description. It tells the crew members what the problem is. Okay? Another, where it is located. Another, it tells the crew members why it is dangerous. So, this hazard description helps the crew members understand the situation clearly. So, one reason it should be complete when you describe. Alright? And aside from that, safety instructions is also essential because it tells the crew members what actions to take to stay safe. Right? So, example to that is you have to wear your personal protective equipment, the PPEs. Another, you have to keep the area clear. And then you have to follow safety procedures. So clear safety instructions help prevent accidents again. Okay? Prevent accidents. Okay. So, following those mentioned, there's a required action to do. Okay? So, what is that? After reading the safety bulletins, what are you going to do? Okay, you have to follow. Follow all safety guidelines to prevent accidents, injuries, and damage to the ship. Another, you report the hazards immediately. Okay? In this way, it quickly allows the crew or the safety officer to fix the problem before it causes an accident. That's the second step you do. And then, the third one is the restricted area. If you happens to see this, the crew members should not enter restricted areas unless they have permission, okay, from the safety officer or they have a proper training. So, in this rule, it helps keep everyone safe. So, these are the required actions that the crew members must do after reading the bulletin. Alright? So, let's talk about contact information. Okay. Some safety bulletins include contact information for reporting problems or asking questions. So, the crew members may contact the safety officer or the ship captain or the maintenance department because this helps ensure that safety concerns are addressed quickly. Okay? That is important. And the fifth topic is all about reading simple bulletins. Alright. Now, reading safety bulletins carefully is important for all crew members because these bulletins contain important information all about hazards, the safety procedures, emergency instructions. So understanding these safety bulletins helps maintain safety on board again. Okay? So reading is important. Reading the safety bulletins. Please avoid or do not ignore the safety bulletins. Okay? So, how are we going to identify important information? So, basically, when reading safety bulletins, okay, the crew members should focus on important details. Okay? Like the type of hazard, the location of the danger, and the safety instructions. Of course, these important informations helps them or the crew members understand the risk, all right, and what to take proper action after. Okay? So, it is important to identify important informations. Okay? Now, we already identify, no? Now, how are we going to understand the safety instructions? Okay? In order for the crew to avoid accidents. Okay. Here, you have to wear safety gear again, the personal protective equipment. You have to follow safety procedures. And also, you have to avoid dangerous areas. Okay? So, a clear understanding, no, of safety instructions, it is necessary that you were able to understand clearly. Alright? After identifying, you have to understand the safety instructions clearly. Okay? Now, how are we going to recognize the warning messages? Okay? So these warning messages highlight serious dangers. Okay? And this includes this one, warning. The words includes danger. Another, caution. So, these warning messages are commonly, okay, are commonly used with symbols or signs to attract attention. Okay? So, warning messages are commonly included with and symbols and actions. Okay? Now, all right. Following safety procedures. So, these procedures helps prevent accidents, of course, and injuries. So, the crew must always, okay, follow written instructions. You have to use protective equipment and report unsafe conditions. Okay? So these safety procedures are important for everyone on board. Okay? That's very important. You have to follow safety procedures. Okay. So, in following safety procedures, we cannot avoid errors. Okay, or mistakes. Okay. Of course, when reading. So, what are the common mistakes? Number one, you ignore the safety notices. You did not follow. Okay, ignore. That is one common error. Second, not reading the full message. Okay, you just ignore. You cut short in reading the message. You did not understand the instructions. That's the third common error. And the fourth one is you were able to forget to follow the safety rules. So these mistakes can lead to accidents. Okay? It's very important to follow, not to ignore. You read the full message, you have to understand the instructions, and you follow safety rules. Alright? So, importance of careful reading. How are we going to do that? Careful reading of safety. It helps the crew members understand the hazards. You have to understand what is a hazard. Second, you have to follow the proper procedures. And third, you have to avoid accidents. Okay? It is a simple but very important safety habit on board. Alright? So you have to understand the hazards. You follow the proper procedures or instructions to avoid accidents. Okay? Now, we have here example of safety bulletin explanation. Alright. We have like, for example, your title is Fire Safety Notice. So now you know already. That's direct to the point, no? Fire Safety Notice. So meaning, automatically at the back of our head, there are flammable materials near the machinery. Right? Not just like in the near machinery, but in the kitchen. And then, keep the area clean is an example of an instruction, especially in the kitchen. And remove flammable items. So by simply reading the title, okay, of the safety bulletin words, okay, the explanation for these words helps the crew members clearly understand the message, right? Fire safety notice. You have the flammable materials near machinery. You have to keep the area clean, and you have to remove flammable items. Those are messages that are clearly understood by the crew. All right? So that's the last lesson, all about safety bulletin. So we'll go to our question and answer. All right. So for number 1, it says here that what is the main purpose of safety bulletins on board ship. So what do you think is the main purpose of that? Yes, it's for the crew members. It's to inform the crew about the safety hazards and procedures. That is the main purpose of safety bulletins on board the ship. Okay? That is the main purpose. For question number 2, where are safety bulletins usually posted on board? Where? Yes, in crew notices boards and in the work areas. Okay? That is where the safety bulletins usually posted. Okay, for question number 3. Which type of safety bulletin warns crew members about dangerous conditions? So, what or which type? It is the hazard warning bulletin. That is where the dangerous conditions are made. The hazard warning bulletin. Alright? For number 4, what is the main goal of accident prevention bulletins? What is the main goal? Okay? For the accident prevention bulletins. So, what do you think? Yes, it's to reduce accidents and injuries on board. Of course, accident prevention bulletins. It is all about on how to reduce accidents and injuries on board. Okay? And then we have question number 5. What does the word hazard mean? Okay, I mentioned that earlier. What does the word hazard means? It is something that can cause harm or danger. Major. Okay? Danger. So that is what hazard means. No? Something that can cause danger or harm to the crew members. Alright. And then for question number 6, what is the difference between warning and caution? Okay. So the difference is that warning indicates serious danger. Warning. And caution indicates a possible risk. Okay? That is the main difference between warning and caution. Alright? That's number 6. And now let's go to number 7. Okay. Which part of a safety bulletin explains the danger or risk? Okay? What is the difference in short? Danger and risk. It's the hazard description. Yes. Which part of a safety bulletin explains the danger or risk? It's the hazard description. Okay? Now, for number 8, what should crew members do when they notice a hazard on board? Alright. So, what should you do, crew members, when you notice a hazard on board? Okay. Of course, you have to report the hazard immediately. Okay? You have to do that. Report. Okay, for number 9. Okay? Why is it important to read safety bulletins carefully? Why it is important? Well, basically, to understand hazards and follow safety procedures, right? You have to do that because that is very important. You have to read the safety bulletins carefully. Okay? Read. In order for you to understand hazards, and then you have to follow safety procedures. Okay. Now for number 10. Okay. What should crew members avoid when they see a restricted areas? Well, basically, what should you do if you see a restricted areas? Of course, you have to entering without permission. So do not enter, okay, if there is a restricted area. Okay? So that's what the crew members will do, okay, when in avoiding, okay, in a restricted area. So never enter without permission. Okay? Never, ever enter. Okay. Now, for our lesson for today, we're done. Okay, and then so I'll see you again on Wednesday. Hope you were able to understand something from my discussion with regards to the emergency bulletin, no, on board. And then on Wednesday, we will continue for another topic for our 61st day 2. So again, thank you all for listening, and I'll see you all on Wednesday for our day 2. All right, so bye. I'm again your teacher for today, Teacher Shelly, and have a good day, everyone. I'll see you all on Wednesday.